Hey YouTube, welcome back. I've got a bunch of other books now to review. What I'm doing today is I'm going to try and do some books that have been turned into movies. I'm going to start off with Harry Potter, but I'm not going to comment too much on it because, I mean, basically who hasn't either heard of or seen or read Harry Potter by now, so this one's pretty much a done deal by most people. I actually enjoyed Harry Potter. It was one of the first books that I read. I thought the movies were okay, even though different directors did them, so I got different opinions on different movies, but I thought the movies were okay. But the books I thought were excellent, obviously young adult, and like I said, one of the first books that got me actually into reading. So I really enjoyed them. I know I think there's a trend now out there where it's hating on Harry Potter books, but I don't see the point to that, and I actually like these books a lot. So my next book is the Twilight books. Not going to comment on them at all, actually, because you either love them or hate them. I actually didn't mind them. I'm probably going to lose a lot of people by saying that, but the movies weren't the greatest, but I didn't mind the books. The books were okay, and they were one of the first books that I read as well, very close to after the Harry Potter books. They came out, people were reading these, and I read them, and I didn't mind them. They're not great literature, obviously, but I thought they were fun. I didn't mind reading them at all. But keeping with Stephenie Meyer, she actually has another book out called The Host, and this one was made into a movie as well. I like this one as well. I thought this was very interesting. As soon as people hear aliens, a lot of people or some people are turned off by that. They don't like aliens, well. But this one, even if you don't like typical alien or sci-fi stuff, I think you could still like this one too. It has a lot of good characters, good human action, and reactions, I should say, and a lot of. This one was very unique to make into a movie. I wasn't sure how. I was very interested to see what they were going to do with the movie, because there was a lot of internal dialogue in this, because the host, obviously, it's a parasite that takes over humans. So like I said, there was a lot of internal dialogue, and but they done the movie, I thought, quite well. I mean, most times books are better than movies, but in this one, I think they done the book some justice. I still think the book was better, but I think the movie was fine, and you could be happy with either one. Next one is The Hunger Games, Susan Collins. I like these. There's three of these as a trilogy. The last one I think they were grasping, but the first two, the first one and the first two are excellent. They got 4.3 stars here, and I thought this series was excellent, and I read them pretty early in before they became movies, actually, and I thought they were well done, except for I would still read the last one, obviously. You got to finish out the trilogy, but the first two are definitely stronger than the last one. The next one is Ender's Game. This one is by Orson Scott Card, and there's some controversy over him. Some comments I think he's made. So I don't know if you want to dive into that, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. But the book itself is excellent. It's a very good book. There were some small things in the book that I didn't like, but overall, this is a fantastic book. Very good. The movie was okay. It couldn't do the book justice. It was impossible. But as far as movies go, it was okay movie. But it was impossible to. There's just so much to this book that it was impossible for a movie to. They had to take so much out that there was no way a movie was going to do this book justice. But all in all, it was an okay movie, but the book was definitely better in this case. So my next one is the Dresden Files. Now, this one's a little bit of a cheat because there is no actual movie, but there was a TV show. And I can't say that the TV show was terrible, but it definitely did not do the Dresden Files justice. This series is a long series. I think it's like 15 books, maybe more. And these are great. Jim Butchert is the author. he has other series as well, but this is, in my opinion, by far his best series. You can read, obviously, you can pause and read any of this stuff obviously on Goodreads there, so you can read the descriptions for yourself. But this is an excellent series. I mean, the books go up and down between 4s and 5s and 3.5s and stuff like that, but all in all, the series itself is easily 4, 4.5, 5. It's a great series. My next series is The Maze Runner. Now, they made a movie out of this as well. That's why it's on my list. I actually, I like some of this book. I like the beginning, maybe even 3/4 of this book. When they started to explain the reasons why these people were in the maze, it fell apart for me there. And that really actually turned me from this book, because it made no sense as to why they were in the maze. It didn't give a great explanation as to why they were in the maze. I've read a couple of things as to why they were in the maze and try to get different aspects of people trying to explain and stuff, but it still makes no sense to me anyway. And that really, but like I said, the first 3/4 of the book I thought were interesting. I like the maze itself. I like the things that were being made to do in the maze and whatnot. So I thought that was pretty good. The movie was okay. I don't know if it. I mean, the movie was okay, and if it done the book justice, I don't know, because I wasn't happy with the ending of the book, so I was kind of tainted for the movie as well. So I'm just going to pass that one by. So this next one I actually haven't. This is on my list because it's a movie that I've just seen previews for. I actually haven't done the book yet, and I haven't seen the movie because it just came out. But the movie, the trailer looks awesome, and I'm for sure going to go see it. I haven't read the book. I may read the book before I go see the movie, because I'd like to. If I'd see the movie first, then maybe I won't be as. Maybe I won't want to read the book then, but I certainly will try and read the book first before I go to the movie. The next one is The Darkest Minds. Again, not a fan. A lot of people are, though, and it's scored high. It's over 4 stars on Goodreads, so a lot of people, it's got a lot of fans. I got turned off by the first book in this series. It did like some aspects of it. It's on the young adult side as well. But it just, I don't know, there were just a couple of things in this book I just couldn't get past, and so it brought it down for me. I did see the movie as well. Is it the movie or is this a series? I can't remember now if this is a movie or a TV series. But I did see something on it, and it was okay. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, but it was okay. Next one is The Forever War. I'm actually currently kind of reading this, but I dropped it a little bit because it started to bore me a bit. So I'm not sure how the movie's going to be. I'm about a quarter ways through it, I guess, and I don't know. It's just one of the things where I just couldn't get into this book. I probably will go back and finish it because it wasn't that bad. It's just it wasn't the greatest, and there's just so many other books out there I wanted to do, but this one's on my to-do, and I've actually started it, so hopefully I'll finish it before the movie comes out. My next one is Sleeping Giants. Now, I actually have read this book, and this is a great book, fantastic book. It's only got 3.8 stars here, but that should be higher. This book is an easy 4-star book, 4 to 5, of course. That's all Goodreads gives out. So this is an easy 4, and for some people 4.5, maybe even 5. This is definitely between 4 and 5 stars for this book. 4 for me, but I'm pretty stingy on the amount of stars I give out to books. But this is well written. It's a good storyline, likable characters. It's a little slow in the beginning, but it's well worth the read, and I hope they do justice to the movie does justice to the book. There's actually more than one. I think this is a trilogy as well, and I've done all three of them, and they're great. I would recommend that book as a read for sure, and I'll certainly see the movie. I don't know much about this Robopocalypse. I haven't seen the trailers yet, but it looks like it's kind of a, I guess the Terminator kind of thing, or iRobot kind of thing. I mean, I would imagine that's the idea and the premise of this. I will for sure see the movie on this. Possibly read the book before I see the movie. I like to try to do that, but I haven't seen much on this yet. And it was supposed to be released in 2014, but I don't think it's out yet. I haven't seen anything for it, so I'll have to look into this one before I go see it. Everything obviously is not going to be on this list. I don't have Dune. I think they're making a new movie of Dune. I don't have this on my list. I actually seen the original movie of Dune. I haven't read the book, but the movie is dated. So I did like some aspects of it, but it's pretty dated. Man, it's kind of odd too. So I don't know. I did like Dune, but I don't know how high. It's classic, obviously. But I don't know how high I would rate Dune. iRobot I actually did like a lot. I haven't read the book, but I did watch the movie, and I've read other stuff by that author, and some of his stuff is really good too. What's next? Okay, Children of Time. This one is did not finish for me. I found this one a little odd, a little weird. It's all about monkeys and viruses, and they're going on a ship, and I don't want to put any spoilers in there, but this one was a do not finish, and I just didn't. It's about humanity's survival, and I typically do. I do like. I don't like the virus stuff. That usually the biological warfare stuff that doesn't do much for me. But I do usually like space and sci-fi and stuff like that. But this one, I don't know. There was just too many weird aspects in it, and they were jumping around. I found it a little confusing at times. And this one just didn't do much for me. But the movie, this one could be a great movie, and possibly not a good book. That's possibly sometimes sometimes less is more, and when they take out stuff, sometimes they can make a good movie out of just an okay book. And this one's 4.5 stars, so obviously someone does like it. So it's getting good ratings. So just because I didn't find that it was my something for me, that doesn't mean anything. You can read the description, and maybe you might like this, or you've done things by this author before, and you might like his style of writing. But this one, I just had to stop. I couldn't get into this one. The next one is Time Salvager. This one I do like. I'm a sucker for any kind of time travel, and but I haven't read the book or seen the movie yet. I haven't even seen previews for this, but I like the description. I'm definitely going to read the book. I thought it looks fantastic, and I'm definitely going to give this one a shot before the movie comes out. I'll definitely end up reading this one first. And like I said, I like time travel stuff, and this one looks right up the type of sci-fi that I like. Next one is Mortal Engines. Now, I have the trailer actually for this one, so if this is not running too long, how long is this running? 13 minutes. Maybe I'll have to skip the trailer. For 14 minutes is a bit much. So I think we'll move on, and I can. This one looks interesting as well. I'm not sure if I might have to cut this video in two. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, maybe I'll cut the video in two and put up 2 parts. So I will run the trailer, and we'll see what happens.